Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Micah and today we are doing 5 homemade lunches that I like to take with me to work. There's like a couple of recipes that I go back to time and time again that I sort of have in rotation that I like to use to make lunches. So that's why I thought I could show you those. Because sometimes people go like especially on my Instagram, whenever I post a picture like, oh, how did you make that? So I thought, why not make one video where I show my 5 favorite lunch recipes. So that's what this is. There's a few salads, there's a wrap, and that's pretty much it because I prefer to take salads or wraps with me to work. So this is what I tend to make. There's always a little bit of prep work involved. So I just want to take you along and show you how I make everything. So here we go. Right, so the first meal that I'm going to be showing you in this video is a very simple pasta salad that I like to take with me to work. I already boiled the pasta and added some pesto earlier this morning, so that's been cooling in the fridge. So I'm just now going to be putting in the other ingredients. So this is a buckwheat pasta, and I just added some green pesto to it. It's about 2 cups, and I always like adding a bit more pesto because I'm going to be adding all the other ingredients, and then you don't need another dressing or anything like that. So I have some arugula here, which I'm going to be adding to it. I'm going to be putting in the entire cucumber, some cherry tomatoes. I've got some black olives here, and then I've got some mozzarella balls. I always buy these mini ones and they're quite affordable at my supermarket, and I like those. So that's what we're going to be putting into this salad. So there you have it, 3 salads I can take with me to work. Really nice, quick and easy. These containers, once I seal these, it will just sort of keep the product for longer as well. The salad that is in here, I always make sure that I get some that will stay in date until the last day that I eat it. And since these are now going to be sealed quite well, I feel that it keeps for a long enough time, and I've got leftovers so I can have that for dinner tonight. So that is the first recipe that I wanted to share with you for some easy work lunches. Welcome to the second recipe, and today we are already starting early in the morning because there are 2 parts to this salad that I'm making that need to go into the oven and that need to be boiled. So I want them to be cooled down and that I can stick them in the fridge before I finish it off later tonight. So I'm already starting this always in the morning, and its basis is quinoa and chickpeas, and then I just add some greens and some other like veggies and things to make sure that it's nice and tasty. And today I'm going to change it up a little bit. Maybe because I have some pomegranates that I might want to use with this, but I'm not sure yet whether that will be tasty. So I definitely need to give that a bit of a trial. But I'm first going to start off with the quinoa that needs to boil for about 10 minutes according to the package. I like doing 1 cup of quinoa against 2 cups of water. So that's what I like to do. And I always use a bit of like stock to give it a bit of flavor. So I'm going to do that in a minute. And then for the chickpeas, what I just like to do is drain them in a strainer, and then I will give them a good wash because you want as much of the liquid gone. Then I dry them off with a towel. I put them on a baking sheet, and then I douse them in some Cajun spice mix, and that's going to give a nice like salty, spicy flavor to the entire salad. And then I just roast those in the oven. Mine is set to 200 degrees Celsius, so it's now preheating. and it also needs to go in for 15 minutes. Then you need to give them a stir to whack them around, and then you need to put them in for another 10 minutes. The quinoa I just boil, or I just cook that according to what it says on the packaging. So I transferred the quinoa and the chickpeas into a bowl. This is going to be the mixing bowl that I'm going to be using later today to mix all of the salad up. And this is now going to have to cool down to room temperature before I can put it into the fridge so it can wait for later and it can be nice and cool. So this is what I have so far. I'm sorry if you hear any noise. I have some potatoes baking in the oven. The only thing I still have to add is my green stuff. So what I've put in here is I've sliced up a cucumber. I've got some sliced olives here that I drained. And then I have a pomegranate. I think that this is enough seeds for this salad. I wanted to add something a bit more sweet because I thought it would make it more spring summer appropriate, you could say. So I'm just going to try this. I haven't had this before, so I will have to report to you whether it's actually good. So there you have the finished result. I think it looks really good. By the way, if you need a replacement, if you want to add, for instance, a bit more protein, I think that with the chickpeas I already have enough protein in here, but I sometimes like to add feta cheese to this and sun-dried tomatoes for a bit of a more, like, if you like a different flavor. I like that more in the winter time though. I just wanted to go with something a bit more light now that the weather is a bit better. Alright, so we're doing the third recipe today, and that is going to be wraps spread with some hummus. Then we've got some veggies. I've got some arugula, some bell pepper, I've got some avocado, some sliced olives, and halloumi. And the halloumi is a cheese that you can put on a griddle, and then it gets like the nice little brown bits like that. And I already did that earlier today. So I already prepared this morning. It only takes a few minutes to get this like charring on it. I went perhaps a little bit overboard, but the other side didn't have a lot of charring. So I'm going to use this in my wraps. So that's what we'll be doing. All right, so I've got my little station set up with everything that I'm going to be adding. The olives are in the strainer, in the sink. And this is the way I like to do this because wraps can be a little bit messy. So I like to wrap it in a bit of aluminum foil so it will just help me eat it. So I bought the extra large tortillas. These are a wheat variety. And what I'm going to start off by doing is put a dollop of the hummus on this and spread it out. All right, so that is hummus done. I like to go for a generous layer, and then I'm going to be adding the other bits and just spread it out evenly. So I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. All right, and then this is the finished result. So I'm going to try and wrap this up. By the way, I didn't tell you where I got the inspiration for this. I had a wrap at like a food store called Leon, which is located on Rotterdam Central Station, and they had this avocado and halloumi wrap, and I thought I can do that at home. So that's why where this came from, and I kind of like tried mimicking it a little bit. So this is also again why you need the aluminum foil, because this is of course never going to fit. So in order to keep it all together, you do need to wrap it nice and tightly in a bit of wrap. And then this is what you will end up with. So I'm going to do that times two, well, 2 more times, because this will make 3 very filling wraps. So this is going to be meal number 4, and I'm going to make another salad again. So I've got some lettuce. This is like three different kinds of lettuce, and I wanted to do something with fish again. I haven't done anything with fish in a while in a salad, and I remembered how I was always using smoked mackerel to make salads in the past, so I thought I would do that. I'm going to be adding some cucumber to that. And then I've got some sun-dried tomatoes, I've got some pickles, and I've got some onions here. I may, when I get the fish prepped, I may want to add a little bit of mayo, but I think this will be creamy enough and like delicious enough as it is. But I'm just going to see, so maybe I'm going to add that. Not perhaps the healthiest of healthiest salads, I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely going to be a delicious one, I think. So let's prep this salad. So there we have it again, 3 different containers with salad. I decided against the mayonnaise for now because I felt the fish was like creamy enough, tasty enough, fatty enough, and it turned out to look pretty good. I think some of the ingredients may not show themselves as good because of the messy lettuce, but yeah, got some onions in there, cucumbers, pickles, sun-dried tomatoes, and we've got some fish. And then lots of lettuce. So I'm going to be enjoying this. Alright, so I'm prepping the last salad that I'm going to be showing you. It's going to be a couscous salad with some grilled vegetables. So I already prepped my courgette and my aubergine to make sure that it can actually grill, because these 2 veggies both have a very high water content. So if you want to get a nice char on them and get them to grill well, it helps if you cut them up, add some salt, and that will drain the water from the vegetables. And I did that this morning, and so now it's ready to be put on a griddle. Assembly time, which means that we are going to be cutting up the veggies that I grilled. I still have some leftover tomatoes, so I'm going to be chucking those in. I've got some mixed lettuce. I already made couscous according to the instructions on the package earlier today, so that's nicely cooled down. And I've got some feta cheese to put in here, so we're just going to chuck everything in a bowl. And there we have it, a really nice, nutritious couscous salad. So it's just couscous, some grilled courgette, some grilled aubergine, fresh tomatoes, feta, and mixed lettuce. I have different renditions for this. I sometimes also grill some bell pepper instead of the tomato. I was actually going to put sun-dried tomatoes in this, but I had the fresh ones and I didn't want those to go to waste, so I chucked those in. And I've also done this with grilled halloumi in the past, but I still have the feta lying about, so again, wanted to use it. I think this looks pretty delicious, so that's what I will be taking with me to work. So those were the 5 recipes, some healthy-ish salads and a wrap that I feel gives me everything I need to keep going for the rest of the day. Lunch is definitely my biggest meal of the day. I try to eat little bits throughout the day, but I focus on my lunch meal the most because I feel that that's the most important one for me, because it's right smack in the middle of the day, so that's why I go a little bit more full in then. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, that it gave you some ideas of what you might be making for lunch sometime soon. And it's definitely something different for me, but I love food, so I somehow also wanted to make sure that I do something with it on this channel. So here we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more by me. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this and if you'd like to see more like food related videos. I would love to know because I could very easily do more. I cook on a regular basis, so I can show you recipes and like things I like to make. And with that being said, we've come to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!